Hey speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe and let's get started.
Hey everyone, this is just being me coming to you with a video. Well, y'all, as I mentioned in my last video, I had to make a quick trip to Vegas to drop my little grandson off, and it was like a turnaround. Who does a turnaround on a flight? But given that I'm blessed with the job that I have, I was able to do that. So I had a layover here in Salt Lake City, so I was like, I might as well go ahead and do a quick video, kind of give my take on how I feel about last night's ambush. What I feel was an ambush between Martell, Marsau, and Tiffany. Now, hopefully, everyone can hear me. I'm outside. Luckily, my grandson was able to do the unaccompanied minor going forward to Vegas, and I'm going to turn around and go back to Dallas. So I'm just waiting on my flight, and I have a couple of hours before I leave. So why not do a quick video? But anywho, y'all, before we get into everything, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and go ahead and hit that notification bell. So yeah, I decided to kind of speak on it. I was gonna wait and do a video later, but why not now? So, anyways, getting into it, yeah, I really was bothered by how all that went down with Martell, Marsau, and Tiffany. And hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm outside of the airport. I decided to come outside for some fresh air instead of staying in there, which was loud. And I come out here and they have buses passing. But anywho, hopefully y'all can hear me. But anyways, so we seen the scene where Martell met up with Marsau supposedly to study for the builder's test, but quickly found out that Marceau just wasn't being serious, so he was going to have to find him another study partner. And he lets, Marceau know that Tiffany is going to be joining them to talk about the event that he had in Selma. But in my opinion, you already knew what was going to be up when Tiffany arrived. I think you knew that you were going to confront her with that. And not once did he even mention Selma in that whole scene. But anyways, so, she arrived, she speaks, they, make small talk, and immediately he get into it after she asks, okay, well, what was the highlight of your event? And he was like, it wasn't what happened at the event. It was mainly what happened after the event. And of course, we all know and we've seen where, she asked Sheree several different questions. To me, in my opinion, Tiffany is doing what reality TV does. She is giving us real reality TV. Plus, I do feel as though she asked all the questions that we all was probably curious about. We all, felt that Tiffany gave what it was supposed to give last week. So I commend her for that. Now, do I feel like she a little shady? She a little messy? Yes. Um, would I agree to all of that had it not been dealing with the people she was dealing with? Probably not. I'm just gonna be real, because that was just going a little far. But it's reality TV. We here for it. We don't show no grace to Martell and not too much grace to Sheree. So it was what it was. So my part in it all was more so staying there for the conversation. Like, what did you have to do with what took place? First of all, it was out of line for Martell even really to come at Tiffany with this information without her husband being present. Because really and truly, if you had a problem with her, then you should have went to Lou and let Lou knew, what exactly transpired, what happened, and how you felt. Now, if you felt the need that maybe you, Lou, and Tiffany should have gotten together and discussed it, fine. But you coming at not only a woman, you came at a pregnant woman. And to me, maybe Sheree didn't feel that she should go into it with Tiffany. I don't know, for whatever reason, she said she didn't want to spoil the event. But we all know Sheree, and we know her history, we know her background. And Sheree normally don't care nothing about none of that. She been spoiled and ruined her events as well as other people's events. So for her to say that, it just was like, yeah, whatever. But Marsau stayed there for the conversation. And not only did you stay there for the conversation, you kind of gave your opinions, your take on it. Is you crazy? What type of human does this? And really and truly, this warranted for physical, some physicality should have taken place because of this. And, he really went in. And at the end, he gonna say, oh, I shouldn't be talking to nobody's wife like that. You gonna wait till now to say you shouldn't have talked to her like that after you done said everything you had to say? Now you worried about how you talking to somebody else's wife? I know for a fact you would not have appreciated if someone would have came at Tiffany the way you came. I mean, I'm sorry, you would not have appreciated if someone would have came at Letitia the way you and Martell was coming at Tiffany. So to me, that was some coward mess to me. But we all know, we've seen and we've witnessed how Marceau and Martell, excuse me, y'all, her bus is taking off. But we've seen how Martell and Marceau have been in the chats and been in the comments going back and forth and arguing with women. So I mean, it wasn't surprising that they would do this, but it just seems as though to me, with the relationship that they have with Lou, you would have reached out to him to discuss this and what had taken place versus coming at her, like she was your equal, like she was another man. And I really just don't think that they thought that far, because for one, they don't think too much of women. To me, in my opinion, I think they're very disrespectful, and they found nothing wrong with how they handled it, because I felt as though, being that Martell had taken this far and meeting up with Tiffany, the least Martell could have done was ask Marceau, can you please excuse yourself, I'll holler at you when I get done talking to her. Or Marceau should have had enough sense to get up himself and be like, okay, I don't want no parts of this ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna just go. But no, he knows it. He messy, so he gonna stay there for the BS. And Martell, he rather him stay there and be a cheerleader. And in the end, we see where he's gonna say, "Well, I'm gonna call Lou." Well, what you calling Lou for now? You didn't say what you had to say, so what you calling Lou for now? Because you feel as though now that this lady has been ambushed, you feel that she'll go back and tell Lou what happened, and it's really gonna be a problem. So I guess you want to try to, you know, quarterback sneak it and come along and, well, let me tell the story before she go. Of course, here come another bus pulling up. But I guess he felt as though, let me hurry up and go tell the story to Lou, so it won't look as bad with me telling the story versus allowing Tiffany to tell the story. It ain't gonna work, sir, because at the end of the day, you came at his pregnant wife behind something that very well could have, you know, been done in another type of way. You are out of line. It is no justifying that. Was Tiffany kind of out of line for what she did? Yeah, she was. But it ain't no different than nobody else on this show have done. I mean, everybody on this show is nosy. Everybody on this show is messy. So why was it like she said? So you surprised that I'm nosy? You know what it's giving. And given the fact of who she was questioning, or however, whether she was a guest of yours, whether she is coming on as a new cast, she was on the show. we know she ain't just the most graceful person herself. She can be messy as well. And then going on to the situation with even Tiffany kind of making it a big deal when she was talking to Stormy about Mel meeting Sheree in the past at the book signing and kind of trying to allude that Mel was a fan of Sheree. Well, on the Millimeters page, it was, kind of brought to mention as well as the pictures were being posted that Mel only met Sheree because just like Sheree was, Mel was there for an event. Mel was there on business. So she didn't come there to meet Sheree. Sheree just so happened was there. So that's how that transpired. You can't necessarily say because someone take a picture with someone that they're fanned out. I mean, at this point, especially in life, what does Sheree have that Melody don't have or don't have access to? Mel is on a prominent um, television platform, the same way Sheree is. It may not be as big as Bravo, but it's still a platform. Mel has several businesses. All we know of with Sheree is she by she not. Mel owns her home that she came out of a bad marriage and everything started again from the bottom and got her home. From my understanding, allegedly, Sheree's home has her mother and her daughter's name on it. So I'm trying to see what would she need to be fanned out for. I'm pretty sure at that time when Mel met Sheree, Mel was already having business deals. She was there on their own business, and from probably 9 times out of 10, Mel was already like a multimillionaire, if not on her way to being so. So again, why would she be fanned out? Now, I think at one particular time, we all were kind of, fans of the show of Real Housewives of Atlanta because at one particular time, it was a very popular show. As of today, Real Housewives of Atlanta ain't doing no better or ain't giving more than what Love and Marriage Huntsville is. That show has been dead for the last few seasons. So I'm trying to understand. Just because everyone else on that cast, because I said it, when they even start saying that Martell was dating Sheree, everybody was kind of also gun ho with Martell dating Sheree because that gave them the opportunity to meet her. So if anybody is fanned out, I believe it's the other cast members. We've seen every cast member on that show take pictures with Sheree, shout her out, and all of that. So who's really fanned out in this situation? I mean, let's just keep it real. And then to me, I feel as though they are trying to create an issue between Sheree and Mel. And why? Mel and Martell has been divorced for over 3 years. Sheree and Martell didn't start dealing with each other during Martell's marriage. This was after. So again, what would be Mel's issue with Sheree? She wasn't the cause of the demise of her marriage. She had nothing to do with it. And at this point, you can't even really just say that you feel as though Sheree does petty things because at the end of the day, she's dealing with a narcissistic person as a friend and don't know telling what he is not telling Sheree that Mel said or what Mel's doing. So we only seeing it one sided. And I think that that's where everybody is getting this mixed up. All of a sudden, Sheree shouldn't be an issue or a problem. Sheree is doing what Sheree does. She's doing something that she feels is going to benefit her. Do I think she care about Martell? They might be friends. They might be cool. I've always said it. Yeah, I don't think it was ever anything real, but I do feel that maybe, had they been intimate with each other, yeah, probably so, 9 times out of 10. But at the same time, I still don't believe that she's worried nor bothered because Sheree also understands what the assignment is with all of this. And I just don't think she bothered with none of that. I don't think she cares nothing about Arion because let's just keep it real. Now I know Sheree was dealing with someone that was incarcerated and all of that, and to me, I felt like it was a motive as to why she even did that. But at the end of the day, let's just keep it real. Why in the world has 5 kids, 2 social media. Again, let me know why, she would want that. I don't think that's nothing that Sheree would be, head over heels for. She came out, she said what she said, to make it look and seem good. But at the end of the day, this was just what Kimmy said it was, a business deal. This was a business deal. She gave what she was supposed to give. Martell was giving what he was supposed to give. Because knowing Sheree in her past, some of the things that Martell has done, calling her a friend and, being seen with these other women and all that, we know how petty Sheree is. Sheree would have been came out and said something. But she's not bothered because she know what it is. Period. So I think we can kind of leave Sheree out of this. And as of current, I don't even think Sheree and Martell even still deal with each other. I think they understood what it was. The time is up. We gonna move past this. You done appeared on my show. I done appeared on your show. You get your little 10%, and we all good. Business deal complete. Contract fulfilled. And I think that's just what that was. Now, I mean, because I'm really trying to understand why with Sheree, Belinda, or anybody else want to even deal with the drama that Martell is keeping up himself. And even with all of this that he done came out over the weekend, he was at the Atlanta Carnival and him being the Grand Marshal and him, being seen with different women, which I'm going to do another video to kind of show and highlight the things he was doing over the weekend. But I'm also highlight the things that Mel was doing over the weekend. Does she look bothered? No, indeed. She don't. And to me, for a man that never goes live on social media, for a man that never really promote anything, I mean, I really think that he's doing that to, try to push himself on people because of the simple fact that these past couple of weeks has been looking really ugly for him. I mean, it already was looking ugly, but it's making it even look more uglier than he already was because of all the exposure that he has gotten. So I think that's really, what that was. But like I said, I'm gonna do another video on everything and kind of break everything down, for when it's for one quieter, because I'm praying that you can even hear me now because it's a lot noisier than I thought, and I have to go back through TSA and all of that, to get back in. But yeah, I just really just wanted to just kind of touch bases on that to, just get my take on all of this that's going on because I think all of this is just a bunch of shenanigans that got out of line, went too far. But I also just wanted to touch, bases with that ambush I felt on Tiffany last night. It was wrong. It was out of line. Now we see where next week Lou is going to confront Martell, and it looks as though I don't know if Tiffany was going in labor or was she having a panic attack, but she got nauseated, was seeing stars, and I guess she figured, okay, it was just a bit much going on. So yeah. But anyways, y'all, I need to get back in here because again, I will have to go back through TSA, which luckily I have clear and pre-check, so I don't have to do all the extra. But again, hopefully you were able to hear this video. If you have not watched my earlier video with the review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, go check that out. And on your way out, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit those notification bells. And until next time, y'all, I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye-bye.